In the meantime, let's go back to New York City. I want to get some updates on the case that is unfolding there regarding Sean Diddy Combs.
The judge has denied bail for Sean Diddy Combs. Of course, this was the hip-hop mogul's latest bid for freedom as he remains in federal jail for his racketeering and trafficking case.
The face of untouchable fame and fortune who once dominated the airwaves is currently fighting for his life in the shadow of a collapsing prison. Even his most devoted followers are finding it difficult to understand how Shad Diddy MNS, a name synonymous with success in the music business, got into this situation. The days of lavish parties, private planes, and designer outfits are over. Instead, cold, hard walls now define his world. Constant conspiracy rumors and the persistent worry that he might never be freed from the grip of a system that seems to be set up to destroy him.
It's just incredible. And, it brings into context our whole system of innocent until proven guilty. Why is he not being given bond? We can debate that all day long. Of all people that's unlikely to flee or get away, he's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent until proven guilty? Well, yeah, but, we have to recognize there are degrees of innocent until proven guilty. When you have this much...
The world was shocked to learn that the once flamboyant mogul, known for his charismatic presence and larger-than-life persona, was imprisoned at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a facility notorious for its grim conditions. Reports from inside the facility paint a haunting picture of a man who once seemed invincible, now reduced to a shell of his former self. Observers at his recent court appearances have described him as astonishingly thinner, barely recognizable, compared to the vibrant figure he was just months ago, as one journalist put it.
No judge wants to wake up and read the headlines the next day, oh, they treated this guy special and they gave him bond, and now he's gone and he fled from justice. So that's what's in the back of most judges' minds. On the other hand, we deal with cases where clients have significant funds sometimes. Sometimes where there's money, you can craft a unique solution. Years ago, it was the ankle bracelet, the ankle monitor.
However, there are other factors influencing Diddy. Rumors outside the weather swirling from the prison's interior indicates that he is being intentionally targeted. According to some, his food is being tampered with, which has led to rumors that he is refusing to eat the facility's meals and is instead living off of commissary snacks, a life very different from the gourmet meals he used to enjoy. One prison consultant conjectured that Diddy Spears' claims aren't unfounded, implying that strong external enemies could easily exert influence inside the prison. Adding to the tension is the fact that Diddy's status as a well-known prisoner makes him a target not only for possible enemies, but also for those who might want to make an example of him being a celebrity. Walls pondered that if someone wanted to send a message, they wouldn't need to break in, they would only need to find the right person inside. Guards, inmates, and even staff members are said to have taken an unusual interest in him, with some allegedly going out of their way to make his life more difficult. Meanwhile, there are rumors that they are leaking details about his daily struggles to the media, which feeds the public's insatiable appetite for drama.
Emerge, but perhaps
Behind
the most
Bars
shocking
presents a
revelation
unique
came
set of
from
challenges.
none other.
It seems to me that with all the money he has and all the resources he has, he couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers. And he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone...
Diddy is experiencing more than just physical difficulties. There is also an indisputable psychological component to his current situation. Insiders at the prison have reported that he has become more paranoid, with his once confident manner now being replaced by a persistent sense of anxiety. He advised spending as much time as possible alone and avoiding contact with other prisoners whenever possible. And who could blame them? The detention center's walls appear to be closing more tightly each day, and the rumors of danger and treachery only get louder.
Sierra, anything's possible, right? But now this judge has an even harder time, I think, because the past judge locked him up, didn't let him out, and he's still there available for trial. If the new judge lets him out on bond and something goes wrong, and this isn't the analysis that I'm proud to make, right? We shouldn't be saying, well, while judges are worried about their own skin and how they look if something bad happens.
Judges have refused to budge, citing concerns about potential interference with witnesses if Diddy were allowed to return to his sprawling Miami mansion. Diddy's lawyers have fought tooth and nail to get him released, arguing that the conditions at the detention center are unfit for anyone, let alone someone trying to prepare for a high-stakes trial. Diddy's desperate attempts to secure bail have been repeatedly denied, leaving him trapped in a place he has described to his legal team as unlikable.
They're going to try everything. They're going to try to transfer him. They're going to try to get him out. You know, in a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about wrongful prosecution, because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
Diddy's legal maneuvers are blatantly desperate. According to reports, his team has looked into every potential avenue, including asking transfers to other facilities and making a direct plea to the Bureau of Prisons, but thus far all attempts have been greeted with opposition. Outside the prison walls, reactions to Diddy's downfall have been mixed for years. He was hailed as a genius by some and criticized as ruthless by others. Now that he is facing the consequences of his alleged actions, his detractors are taking advantage of the opportunity to revel in his demise. Some have speculated that his inability to secure a transfer may be part of a larger, more sinister plan to keep him exactly where he is, vulnerable and isolated. People who say they have been wronged by him in the past are whispering that ERS of skating and fro is now getting what he deserves. One unnamed source allegedly stated this in a tone that implied a long-awaited sense of justice.
Diddy will be sued. And I say will be because nothing has been filed yet, by at least 120 people in the next 30 days.
Introduction 7. This isn't just a story of a false star, it's a warning about the dangers of power and the frailty of human dignity. As some rejoice in his misfortune, others can't help but feel sorry for him observing Diddy throw away, and some have questioned if the penalty actually matches the crime, how much suffering is sufficient to meet the demands of justice, and where the line between cruelty and responsibility becomes hazy as the days stretch into weeks in a prison facility notorious for its brutal circumstances. Diddy's condition is only getting worse. According to sources, he is losing weight at a startling rate. Observers at his court appearances have observed that his clothing hangs loosely on his body, in sharp contrast to the fitted suits he once wore with pride, and that his once robust figure has now diminished to a feeble shell of its former self.
Away with a not guilty verdict.
His formerly vibrant face now emerges. His eyes were sunken hollow and filled with a gloomy blend of resignation and terror.
Every jail is bad. Some jails are worse than others. And the problem, again, is if you move him, why is he getting special treatment? And maybe he's earned special treatment. Maybe what he's done, maybe he's given so much back to his fans and to the world and to charity that maybe there's a way that it plays out in the end. But again, to go into court and say this jail is bad, move him to another jail.
While his legal team maintains that he is mentally sharp and engaged during his defense, others have questioned if he is actually in a fit state to handle the pressures of his impending trial.
The most shocking
His
revelation
health has
came
also
from
come
none
under
other
scrutiny.
Away with a not guilty verdict.
Despite the overwhelming odds against him, Diddy remains a fascinating figure. The world eagerly awaits his story to see if he will emerge from this ordeal stronger than a phoenix rising from the ashes, or if he will become another cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most powerful can fall. The stress of his situation and the physical toll of his imprisonment have left some wondering how long he can endure before something gives.
There's no way they can't move the general population. Would he be at risk? Sure, he'd be at risk. There's so many people that have nothing to lose, right? They're going to be in jail the rest of their life. They've got nothing else. They want their 15 minutes of fame. They were friends with Diddy, or they hurt Diddy, or they Diddy, or they did. I mean, there's so many, people in jail that this would be their moment. You can't put them there. Plus,
in a world where power and influence reign supreme, the line between truth and fiction is frequently blurred, and the real story is rarer than the one we're told. What if Diddy's downfall isn't just the result of his alleged misdeeds? What if there's something deeper, something far more sinister at play? The whispers of conspiracy become louder, and it becomes clear that Diddy's story is far from over. In fact, it's only just getting started. It's possible that Diddy is the victim of a betrayal so calculated and brutal that it's left him trapped in a web of powerful forces pulling the strings from behind the scenes. This mystery has left even his most devoted fans questioning everything. The conspiracy theories surrounding Diddy's situation have become more prevalent in recent weeks, painting a disturbing picture of a man who may be fighting not just for his freedom, but for his very life.
I came here today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see it.
Every great empire has a network of guardians who work in the background to keep the powerful in power for many years. It has been suggested that Diddy's rise to fame was aided by powerful individuals who had their own motives for keeping him at the top. These individuals, who are frequently referred to as untouchable elites, allegedly protected Diddy from the fallout from a number of controversies throughout his career, including legal issues. Diddy appeared to be untouchable, having built his fortune on his own terms, and was a master in the art of reinvention, silencing his critics with an overwhelming show of success. According to some insiders, Diddy's current situation is the consequence of a deliberate betrayal by these invisible forces. Whether it was financial missteps or personal scandals, he always seemed to come out of them unscathed and with his reputation intact. However, what happens when the very people who once protected you decide it's time for you to fall? According to the hypothesis, Diddy had long been harboring strong, damaging secrets that could destroy more than just his empire. For years, he cooperated with them, keeping them hidden in return for their protection, but something changed. Perhaps he crossed a line or became a liability, and now those who had previously protected him are allegedly planning his demise.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
The thought that Diddy's legal issues are only the beginning of this theory is among its most terrifying elements. There are whispers that his arrest and detention are part of a wider plan to silence him before he can divulge what he knows.
Both being New York
The
born
timeline of
hip-hop
events only serves to fuel the fire.
away with a not
According
guilty
to a
verdict,
former
although
associate
Shine
of Diddy who
that
spoke on
a lot
condition
of
of
women-
anonymity, the mogul had been growing more paranoid in the months before his arrest and knew something was coming. He began talking about how he could no longer trust people and felt like he was being watched. Only weeks before his arrest, Diddy was reportedly working on a tell-all project that promised to reveal the inner workings of the entertainment industry, including the dubious activities of its most powerful players. Could it be that Diddy's decision to speak out was viewed as a betrayal that could not go unpunished? Some had conjectured that this initiative was the last straw, the point at which those in authority decided he had to be stopped.